There it is, hanging in the blackness of space. Saturn up close, rings filling the frame, a world that has captivated dreamers and astronomers for centuries. Saturn. It's not just a planet, it's a spectacle. Its most defining feature? Its magnificent system of rings. They are a celestial crown, a shimmering halo that encircles the planet. From our distant vantage point on Earth, they appear as a solid, elegant disk. But get closer, and you'll find they are anything but solid. They are a blizzard, a vast, swirling collection of countless individual pieces of ice and rock, each one on its own journey, its own orbit around the great planet. The scale of these rings is almost impossible to comprehend. If you were to travel from one edge of the main rings to the other, you would cover about 282,000 kilometers. That's nearly the distance from the Earth to our moon. Yet, for all their immense width, these rings are astonishingly thin. In most places, their vertical height is no more than 10 meters or about 30 feet. They are a cosmic sheet of paper, 1,000 times thinner relative to their width than an actual piece of paper. This thinness is what makes them appear to vanish when we view them edge-on from Earth. Imagine trying to land a spacecraft on Saturn. Where would you set it down? The answer is nowhere, because there is no down to set down upon. Saturn is a gas giant. It has no solid surface like Earth or Mars. If you were to descend through its atmosphere, you would simply fall through endless layers of clouds and gas. The pressure and temperature increase to unimaginable levels the deeper you go. It is not made of rock and soil, it is made of gas and liquid, a colossal ball of hydrogen and helium. The same elements as our sun, a star that never was, immense, ethereal. Beneath butterscotch-colored clouds, the atmosphere shifts gradually from gas to liquid with no clear boundary. As you plunge deeper, immense pressure squeezes hydrogen into a liquid. You'd enter a planet-wide ocean of liquid hydrogen, a realm utterly alien, where surface loses meaning. No continents, no oceans of water, no mountains, no valleys, only a crushing, deepening sea of gas. A journey into the heart of a giant with no solid destination. A testament to the wondrous ways matter arranges across the cosmos. Let's talk about size, because when it comes to Saturn, the scale is truly planetary. Saturn is the second largest planet in our solar system, a true behemoth outsized only by its neighbor, the mighty Jupiter. To get a sense of its immensity, let's bring it down to Earth. If our planet Earth were the size of a small grape, then Saturn would be a large grapefruit. You could line up more than 9 Earths, side by side, just to span Saturn's diameter. It is a world on a completely different scale from our own rocky home. A king in the realm of the outer solar system whose presence dominates its corner of space. The volume of Saturn is simply staggering. You could fit over 760 Earths inside of it. This sheer size means that everything about the planet is amplified. Its weather systems are larger than our continents. Its storms could swallow our entire planet whole. Its ring system dwarfs the distance between the Earth and the Moon. When we look at Saturn, we are not just seeing another planet, we are witnessing one of the true giants of our cosmic neighborhood. This immense size has a profound effect on everything around it. Saturn's gravity is a commanding force governing the orbits of its vast family of moons, shaping the structure of its intricate rings. It acts as a gravitational gatekeeper in the outer solar system, its influence stretching for millions of miles. This gravitational power has likely protected the inner planets, including Earth, from countless comets and asteroids over the eons. In a way, we owe a debt of gratitude to this distant giant for helping to make our own world a more stable and habitable place. Here is a fact about Saturn that might sound like science fiction, but it's pure science. Saturn is the least dense planet in our entire solar system. In fact, its average density is less than that of water. What does that mean? It means that if you could find a bathtub, an ocean, a body of water large enough to hold it, Saturn would float. Imagine that cosmic scene, the magnificent ringed planet bobbing gently in a colossal tub. Of course, such a bathtub doesn't exist, but this thought experiment beautifully illustrates just how light Saturn is for its incredible size. It is a puffball of a planet, a giant made mostly of the lightest elements in the universe. This low density is a direct result of its composition. Saturn is primarily made of hydrogen and helium. These gases are not packed together as tightly as the rock and metal that make up terrestrial planets like Earth. While Earth has an average density of about 5.5 grams per cubic centimeter, Saturn's is only about 0.69 grams per cubic centimeter. It's a world of immense volume but surprisingly little heft. A celestial giant that is more air than substance, at least by our earthly standards. This unique property sets it apart from all other planets in our solar system. So, when you look at an image of Saturn, you're not seeing a perfect sphere, a true testament to the physics of a floating giant. Time moves differently on Saturn. Let's consider a day. A day is defined by one full rotation of a planet on its axis. Here on Earth, that takes about 24 hours. On Saturn, it's a whole different story. This massive planet spins on its axis with incredible speed. It completes a full rotation in just about 10 hours and 33 minutes. Imagine that. A day on Saturn is less than half as long as a day on Earth. The Sun, a distant, small but still brilliant star, would race across the sky of its upper atmosphere. This rapid spin is a relic of its formation. It's a consequence of the conservation of angular momentum. A vast cloud of gas and dust collapsed to form the planet billions of years ago. This dizzying rotation has profound effects on the planet. It's the reason Saturn is noticeably flattened, with a prominent equatorial bulge. A year is the time it takes to complete one full orbit around the Sun. Saturn is about 10 times farther from the Sun than Earth is. Its orbital path is immensely long, and its orbital speed much slower. Saturn takes about 29.5 Earth years to orbit the Sun. If you were born on Saturn, you'd wait nearly 3 decades for your first birthday. It's a slow, stately journey, a grand tour of the outer solar system. That orbit gives Saturn seasons that each last more than 7 Earth years. Saturn is not alone on its long journey around the Sun. It is the sovereign of a vast and complex empire of moons. For a long time we thought Jupiter held the title for the most moons, but recent discoveries have shown that Saturn is the true king. As of today, astronomers have confirmed over 140 moons orbiting the ringed planet, and that number is constantly growing as our telescopes become more powerful. These moons range from colossal worlds, to tiny irregular chunks of ice, to small rocky fragments, each with its own unique story and character. They are a diverse and fascinating family, a microcosm of the solar system itself, all held in thrall by Saturn's immense gravity. Among this staggering collection of satellites, one moon stands out above all others: Titan. Titan is a world of superlatives. It is the second largest moon in the entire solar system, even larger than the planet Mercury. What makes Titan truly extraordinary is its atmosphere. It is the only moon in our solar system with a thick, substantial atmosphere, denser than Earth's. This hazy orange atmosphere is mostly nitrogen, but it's laced with methane and other organic compounds. Titan is a twisted mirror of Earth. It is liquid methane. We have seen rivers, and even vast seas of liquid methane. It is a strange, cold, and utterly compelling place that might just hold clues about the chemistry that led to life on Earth. The serene, majestic appearance of Saturn from afar belies the true nature of its atmosphere. It is a place of unimaginable violence and extreme weather. The planet is home to some of the fastest winds in the entire solar system. Near the equator, the atmosphere is whipped into a frenzy, with winds reaching speeds of up to 1,800 kilometers per hour or about 1,100 miles per hour. That's more than 4 times the speed of the strongest hurricane-force winds ever recorded on Earth. These winds are driven by a combination of the planet's rapid rotation and the heat rising from its interior, creating a global circulation system of terrifying power. These winds don't just blow randomly, they are organized into the distinct bands and zones that give Saturn its striped appearance. Pale yellow bands, gold bands marking regions of rising gas and falling gas, all flowing parallel to the equator. Within these bands, colossal storms can erupt, some large enough to encircle the entire planet. These tempests, known as Great White Spots, appear roughly once every Saturnian year, which is about 30 Earth years. Perhaps the most bizarre and captivating weather feature in the entire solar system is found at Saturn's North Pole. There, a massive, 6-sided jet stream churns the clouds into a persistent, stable hexagon. Surrounding Saturn is something you can't see with a normal telescope, but it is just as vast and influential as its rings, a powerful magnetic field. This invisible bubble of magnetism, known as the magnetosphere, is generated deep within the planet's interior by the swirling ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen. While Saturn's magnetic field is not as strong as Jupiter's colossal one, it is still formidable, about 578 times more powerful than Earth's. For 13 incredible years, from 2004 to 2017, humanity had a robotic emissary in orbit around Saturn. The Cassini-Huygens mission was one of the most ambitious and successful ventures in the history of planetary exploration. The discoveries made by Cassini were revolutionary. It dropped the Huygens probe onto the surface of Titan. It flew directly through the plumes of Enceladus. As the mission neared its end, its fuel began to run low. To protect the pristine, potentially life-bearing moons of Titan, the mission team planned a daring and dramatic finale. The grand finale. On September 15, 2017, the mission came to its planned, fiery conclusion. On its final orbit, Cassini plunged directly into Saturn's atmosphere at over 70,000 miles per hour. For as long as it could, it kept its antenna pointed toward Earth, a final gift from our intrepid explorer of the most fascinating planet in our solar system.